What is the reason you are glad to be single? I'm naturally very empathetic and a people pleaser. It's a part of my brain that goes into hyperdrive when I'm with someone I like. It's not even conscious most of the time, but it can be exhausting. It's nice that my brain can turn that part off when I'm alone. Also, I can wake up and go to sleep at any time I want without messing with my significant other's sleeping patterns. And middle of the bed and not needing to check in with his plans. Fucking freedom. I love the single life. Call me selfish, but this is it in a nutshell for me. The freedom to wake up and go to sleep when I want to decorate and organize my home that I bought and paid off on my own, as I like, to make my plans and schedule as I see fit, to watch/read/play whatever I want, to buy and wear whatever I want, to cook and eat whatever I want and not have to share, and make long-term financial and career goals without having to worry about it conflicting with someone else's. A lot of people I know who've ruined their lives did so over a lover. Whether trying to get one, keep them, or fighting someone else over them. Relationships can be very dangerous if you're too emotionally immature. I'm not a huge fan of the single life, but in the past when I've been in a relationship, I always felt like I needed to check my phone 24/7. I like being able to just chill and play video games, watch a movie, hang with friends, without checking my phone constantly. On a day-to-day basis, I struggle less with feelings of guilt. There are things one misses out on by not being in a relationship, but not beating yourself up over a snappish reply or a thoughtless gesture towards someone you care about are not among them. I'm learning to navigate the world through the lens of my own needs and desires without worrying how I'm perceived by a partner. I do not believe I will be a good person to be in a relationship until I can do that, so I'm happy to struggle with it. Also, I really love dancing poorly to LCD sound system while my dog watches with fear and judgment in his eyes. Not that I couldn't do that before. It's just so free to do it in my own apartment alone. I was engaged but broke it off in July after putting up with a lot of disrespect from him and his family. I had quite a bit of money saved aside for a wedding, but now I can spend it on things I've wanted for a very long time. I am finally taking care of myself and learning more about who I am as an individual, instead of being someone's fiance. As someone who got out of a 3-year-long relationship about 4 months ago, I would say one of the biggest things I'm glad about being single is being able to see myself clearly again. You don't realize how much being in a relationship can blind you to how you've changed, or how love can numb you to certain things. When I got out of that relationship, and once the initial crying and depression phase ended, I slowly realized how much happier I was and how much I've changed. Some of it good, and some bad. But it was like being able to see myself through a clear lens and not through a distorted one. I will be done moving out of my ex-boyfriends this week. I didn't know he had a serious drinking problem until quarantine. It was a very stressful situation. Although I'd love to find a long-term partner, later 30s, never married or engaged, at this point, I'm just relieved to be single. When I was single before, and even in prior relationships, I had a better ability to pursue my hobbies and took much better care of myself. Now that I won't be worried all the time and won't be stress feeding, I look forward to diving back into my hobbies, start working out, get outside and enjoy nature. I also have some work goals that I've had a hard time focusing on with unpredictable stuff going on in the background. The situation I'm moving into now is temporary, but in the near term, I would like to finally buy a place. I feel like I've put that off too long and I'm ready to set down roots on my own. Once that happens, I'd like to get a pet, and then just enjoy life on my terms for a bit. The right person will show up eventually, and when they do, I'll be a much better partner after focusing on myself. Sometimes I worry about being single. Then I remember my parents, and how they've been at each other's throats for all my life. Dying alone then seems like a blessing. No screaming at my partner all the time, no kids to traumatize, with all the aforementioned screaming. Bliss. I never want to turn the key in the door and have to worry about what is going on the other side again. I don't want to have to manage another's emotions or walk on eggshells. I love the peace that my space is mine alone. I also hate the obligations that tend to come with relationships. I don't want to attend other people's events or buy presents for in-laws, etc. Basically, I'm selfish. Smiley face. I can come home and unwind and not hear someone else telling me about their shitty day or remind me about the dishes in the sink or the laundry or the things we need to do or the places we need to go. My life is stressful enough with just me and my job in it. Another person might drive me fucking batshit right now, honestly. I can do whatever I want, whenever I want. If I want to stay up late, I can. If I want to go to sleep early, I can. If I want to sleep in, I can. If I want to wake up late, I can. If I want to buy that Xbox, PS, Nintendo, or upgrade my PC, I can. If I want to play video games, I can. If I want to watch movies, I can. If I feel like watching TV, I can. If I feel like listening to music, I can. If I want to go out to eat, I can. If I feel like cooking something at home, I can. I can choose how I use my time. I can choose how I spend my money. I can choose how I save my money. Do I feel lonely? I'll admit, sometimes I do. But I have good friends. If I feel like hanging out with my friend, if someone wants to hang out with me, I can. If I don't feel like going out, I can stay home. Now that I'm single, no one can drink, get DUIs, use all my money to pay their fines, cheat on me, leave me, falsely accuse me of abusing my children in order to not have to pay child support and sue me for divorce. So there's that. Peace. I am relearning how to live without walking on eggshells, jumping to meet a communicated need, and constantly doing XYZ so as to avoid trouble. It's been a challenge to learn to relax and get to know myself again. 85 female, divorced from an 18-year marriage. I visited a friend in Nashville back at the beginning of the year. I'd been there for all 4 hours when this little voice in my head went, "You belong here." So I'm moving there next summer. Probably wouldn't be able to do that if I wasn't single. Spent many years letting partners treat me poorly because I didn't value myself, and I jumped from one to the next. I told myself in August 2019 I was going to do a 1-year break from dating. It's December, and I've extended it because I'm so happy and I've started to appreciate my value. It's a dope feeling, and I recommend anyone who base their value solely on others' treatment of them in romantic relationships to do the same. I've been in a toxic relationship before, and I still think it's better to be alone than stuck with the wrong person. I'm not sorry that I had the experience, but I am glad it's behind me. Now hopefully I can find someone better. Sometimes you just need to be alone and have time with yourself and reflect. You can't do that when you're in a relationship. You just can't cut yourself off the grid and be alone. In a relationship, you're constantly in communication with your significant other and can abruptly go dark. Single, you can do so and spend all the quality time you need by yourself. I don't have to talk to anyone daily. I don't have to check in on someone and care for what they are doing. I can literally hermit in my room, binge watch TV shows for weeks straight, and not message a single person or have anyone bothering me. It's truly wonderful just having to live and care for myself. I love having my alone time and recharge time. Talking to someone every day would interfere with that. I drive a truck. Being single, I can stay out on the road 4 to 8 weeks at a time. More miles equals more money. Plus, with nobody spending but me, I could save up a lot of money. Old timers will tell you about how they used to drive and loved it. Every single time I ask them why they stopped, the answer has been, "I got married and she wanted me at home." This is one of a few jobs where a relationship can be a major liability. Not always, but more often than not. Stuff in my home is exactly where I left it. I'm not actually single, but this is what I remember from when I was. Other people have all kinds of weird habits that make your life difficult. Want to wash a pan? Someone's filled the sink with plates. Go to collect your keys? Someone couldn't find theirs and has borrowed yours, and thinks they may be in their coat pocket. Where's the coat? They can't remember. I have a queen bed, and I can use one half to sleep and the other half for books and my Nintendo Switch. My bed is the best nightstand for all my books. When I'm too lazy to get up on weekends, no one is there that I have to move my stuff over so they can sleep. Also, I have privacy in my own home. I have not dated for years, and I don't think I want to ever give up my space and feeling of being safe and alone when I come home after a long day. I'm glad to be single because I'm learning self-love peacefully. Being in a relationship while working on my self-worth definitely helps open parts of my head that need work, but also causes a lot of stress. Healing isn't easy, but I'd rather do it where I don't have extra obstacles. No responsibilities, I can be a fucking moron and no one will judge me, except my family. God, they must be so disappointed at me. No money to spend for someone else, which is good because I don't even have enough for me. I am no longer injured, threatened with death by firearm, 45 hollow point from a 1911, or injured by surprise injuries from orchestrated accidents, being set on fire, having my bones broken, my flesh, muscles, and tendons sliced through. Stand by your man is bullshit. Everything the military says is bullshit. PTSD is a cause, not an excuse. Run, run, run. In that, General Leonard Wood Army Community Hospital at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, actively covers up domestic violence committed by soldiers against their civilian spouses. The hospital commander has stated that she intends to keep this from the public, as to avoid a panic. Less important, now my house is clean. No one breaks my stuff, I am safe, and my kitty cats are happy and safe. Hooray, being single! Right now, because I don't have to get a gift for an extra person. It's not like I mind. I actually enjoy giving presents to my significant other, but I can use that money for greater gifts for others or to spend on myself. So yeah. My mind isn't constantly thinking about someone else. I just think about me and my wants all day for the most part, instead of constantly wondering either what they're up to, thinking, want, how much I like them, how much I'm mad at them, if we're stable or rocky, how much I want to see them. It feels extremely freeing. I'm responsible for my own happiness and sadness, not someone else's. I'm still 27 and depressed as fuck. So closed off, I don't even feel like trying to date. Don't want to drag someone down to my level either. Only hanging with my friends when I want to. I am an introvert and used to date an extrovert who couldn't pass a weekend without going out / socializing at least 5 times. He'd insist on dragging me along or invite his friends over. That was hell for me. I just want to relax on my own or spend quality time instead of having to entertain guests that weren't even nice to me half the time. No sex. It's just so much work and effort, too many expectations and pressure to perform. Sure, it's nice when you're in the moment, but I'm perfectly fine without it. Not that I've had many partners, but they have been enough. If I have to go without sex until I die, I'd be okay with that. Money, freedom to do what you want. I don't want to meet or have dinner with your family. I don't want to hang out with your friend and her boring partner. You don't need your significant other's approval. Why would you want someone to nag you for any potential purchase or decision you've made? I can go to sleep at 3 a.m., wake up at noon without either disturbing anyone or being disturbed. I can also eat what I want when I want. Probably also a good thing I am single, given I still live with my family and probably won't be living alone for a long time. This is both a pro and a con. I deal with chronic fatigue a lot, so I don't have energy to spend caring for someone else and giving them love and attention that is needed in a relationship. The downside is I also don't have someone who can motivate me to try harder and encourage me to do more. So daily tasks fall to the wayside, and my weekends are spent doing nothing but housework that piled up during the week instead of resting. I am the master of my own time. I can do what I want, when I want. I got the entire bed for myself. I don't have to clear with the missus before I book something. My flight is mine and mine alone. I can outfit it how I want. I can chat and meet with multiple women without a bad conscience. My mates can go and come over as they like without a hassle and bitching about the place not being clean enough to have people over. If I do get lonely, all I gotta do is fire up Tinder and that problem is solved. Single life beats living with someone anytime right now. I'ma enjoy it while it lasts. Because most of my friends and family are constantly complaining about idiotic shit their partners do and say, and some of them are downright miserable. Then I'm always seeing horror stories online about all the insane shit people do to each other. Bad breakups, spouse abusers, stalkers, etc. My god, am I so happy I don't have to worry about any of that shit. Just graduated college. Nothing tying me down location-wise while I job hunt. Of course, I'd miss my family, but after years with the girl I was about to marry, the compromise of location was something I was used to. Now if I see a job I'm interested in states away, I can just make the choice for myself and go start fresh. This is long, but here it goes. There are many factors to why I'm glad. Main reasons, because a lot of people in the world would leave and ridicule me for certain things and my interests. Another part is I am a deadly roller. When I sleep, I can and will roll over you. Glad to be single because I struggle with anxiety and I don't have to worry about who else it affects right now. I can navigate this and heal on my own. Relationships are expensive, lol. Don't have to worry about impressing anyone. Don't have to feel pressured to go places or dress up or do things to make them happy. Don't have to worry about jealousy and relationship insecurities. I am 46 now. Been married, got divorced, and managed to avoid a serious financial rape due to us having equivalent incomes. Her being a pediatrician, me being an engineer. I won't be going down that route again, as I absolutely love living in my own home and having everything exactly how I want it. I love my weekends where I can do whatever the fuck I want, even if that's absolutely nothing. I have totalitarian control of the TV, meals, clothes, cars can have 2 seats, and huge engine, and proper manual gearbox. She couldn't drive stick, and refused to drive anything than her stupid little VW. And the money, oh the money, it's all mine. It doesn't vanish on decorating, holidays I don't like, crashed cars, a new kitchen when the old kitchen was fine, ornaments of no practical value other than something in the hall to trip over at night. Single is best. If I had my time around again, knowing what I know now, heck, I would stay a virgin. I was in a relationship, and one thing I noticed was how much time was spent on her. Everything I did was in consideration for her. Is she hungry? Maybe we should go get some food. What things are going on in her life? Do we have work today? Or simple wonder, if she can/wants to hang out. Now I sit here and it's just, oh, I want to do blank, and I do it. No more thinking or feeling guilty because I wasn't spending time with her. Just doing my thing. I love myself and spending time with me. Someone would have to be pretty amazing for me to want to change that. Also, I think I have a set of things I like to watch that I know may not interest everyone, so I can watch whatever I feel like. I can eat whenever I want without thinking of plans later with significant other. Also, having amazing friends to fill my social time is great too. I'm not putting anyone in this thread down, but the majority of the replies makes it seem like the question reads, what is a reason you're glad you're not in a shit relationship? Everyone has their own preferences, obviously, but most of the issues raised don't occur in relationships where people genuinely care about each other. I'm married now. I love it, but one thing I miss is living at home with mom. I was a teacher and my income wasn't enough for me to even room with a friend in my area, so I never left. Not even for college. I pulled my weight with bills and such. But I miss coming home to a home-cooked meal, only helping with utilities and food, no rent, and someone taking care of me. In return, with helping out, since she's single and doesn't have adult help, I'd be there helping her set up online accounts, moving stuff, keeping company, etc. Now that I'm married, the roles are kinda reversed. I have to make sure meals are made and more chores are done, while my husband takes care of making sure accounts are straight, and he does well with work. I'm not unhappy or anything. It's adjusting to a new role from being babied to taking care of another person, along with myself. I also want to make sure my mom is also well, since we're now states apart. But now she's found company among other people who share her interests, so I'm not so worried about her being lonely. When I go out with friends, I'm spending time with all of them and not having to split my attention between my significant other first and then the friend second. It's good being single. I have no complaints and get to make what seems like more meaningful relationships with friends as compared to when I was with someone. Because there are generally bad people out there in the world, some, and honestly, I don't know if I'd be able to keep in touch with my person of interest. I don't have data on my phone and don't have a car. I joke that I'm independently owned and operated human. If I want to spend the holidays with family, I don't have to negotiate how much time I want to be there for, and if I'm going to go, I can spend the night at a friend's or family member's house on a whim. I don't have to clear what I'm making for dinner or what I'm spending with someone. I can let laundry pile up without fear of being judged. I have a baby, and I can't imagine anything worse than having another person here to look after, because every man I've dated also needs looking after, especially baby daddy. Also, it's so nice to be able to put all my focus on my little one and myself. Now I have 2 kids instead of 3. I make all the decisions when it comes to their well-being. If I don't do something for them, nobody will, so I'm not let down or disappointed by a third party. Don't have to try to not stress out that the person who was supposed to help me in all of this, once again, staring at his phone nonstop, hiding in the bathroom to talk to one of his multiple lovers. Don't have to worry about getting checked for STDs again. Don't have to worry about being disrespected again. And we certainly don't have to walk on eggshells and expect to be told how awful life is with us in it. My kids are up for any adventure at any time, and they love exploring everything the world has to offer. Now that COVID has made everything slow down, this fucker says he wants another chance, and can't even pay attention to his kids for 5 minutes of FaceTime. Thanks but no thanks. What we enjoy the most is freedom. I'm finally single for the first time in 4 years. It was painful at first, but now it feels like a breath of fresh air. I can finally begin to love myself, and I realize there are so many things that I have not done or tried. A lot of times partners will hold you back from these things. You will have to accommodate to their needs too. Partnership is so promoted in the media, but I think it's amazing to be alone too. I just end up being hurt and it's exhausting. I'm sick of the false fronts, the ghosting, the mind games, and to be honest, it's been pretty okay being single. I'm at peace with the idea of being alone forever. If someone comes my way and makes me happy, the door is open, but I'm not expecting anything, and I'll be okay to deal alone. Relationships seem stressful, and honestly, full disclosure, I've been single so long, I'm at the point where I don't want anyone in my apartment for more than a few hours. I don't think I could mentally handle it. Having to live with someone else all the time. Waking up knowing that someone is not going to take every transgression out on me for existing. It has been a soul-crushing journey. Being the receipt of abuse and quietly putting up with it day after day for years. Finally, being single is letting me sort my shit out for once and provide an opportunity to become financially stable again. I'm not sure what kind of partners you are all finding yourselves. All of these freedoms you are listing of being single, you will also be able to do with the right partner. Having a significant other should enhance your life, not reduce your joy and life experiences. Find the person you truly are, and the right person will walk into your life. It depends. When I take a look back on my past relationships, I wish I was single at the time, since I had been stressed out most of the time due to lack of healthy communication. I feel like my energy was wasted the whole time. I was trying to be there for that person. When we broke up after 2 years, I was really happy to be single again because I could focus all my time and effort into improving the person I am. Being single also has the benefit of being more self-critical and gives you necessary space for improvement. Now I'm again in a relationship, and I feel like the real benefit of all the time I was single was the opportunity to reflect on my faults and fixing some of them, even though it would be hard without my significant other in my life right now.